Following a 4-year standoff, the city of San Antonio and the firefighters union start contract negotiations. Baby King J. Davila's great uncle says the infant's death is tearing his family apart. And former San Antonio City Councilman Ray Lopez outraises all 4 of his Texas House competitors combined. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Thursday, February 7th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. After a 4-year standoff that has come to dominate city politics in San Antonio, negotiators with the city and the firefighters union have met to begin bargaining a new contract. Both sides met Wednesday morning and say the session was a first step in the right direction after ironing out preliminary details including ground rules, future meeting dates, and how to process requests for information. The teams will meet again February 19th and plan to unveil initial contract proposals by their third meeting on February 22nd, after which they'll begin to start reconciling their contrasting views on healthcare and other contentious parts of the contract. The two sides have been mired in stalemate since the firefighters' last collective bargaining agreement expired in September 2014. But despite that expiration date, most of the terms of the contract, including health benefits and promotions, continue to be enforced due to a 10-year evergreen clause. The city challenged that clause in a move that deepened the union's feud with city manager Cheryl Scully, and the union was adamant it wouldn't negotiate while being sued. Alamo City pursued its case all the way to the Texas Supreme Court, which refused to hear it. Wednesday's meeting was mostly cordial and professional, with the lone sticking point coming when the city questioned the applicability of recently passed Proposition C, which gives the union sole authority to declare an impasse and submit the dispute to binding arbitration. The union wanted to include that amendment in the negotiating ground rules, and while both sides eventually agreed to leave it out, the issue could again arise if negotiations hit turbulence. In an exclusive interview with the San Antonio Express News, Lupe Sampaio, the great uncle of King J. Davila, says the infant's death and the alleged cover-up has created a rift in his close-knit family, and now a month after King J was killed, he doesn't know what to believe and struggles to come to terms with what role, if any, his family played in his great-nephew's death.
It's more like hurt, you know what I mean? Really. Because you see somebody that you love so much, that you trust, being accused of such a heinous crime, you know. And for somebody that, like that little baby, I was able to hold him and play with him and everything like that. But it's just hard, you know.
Police have charged Lupe Sampaio's nephew, 34-year-old Christopher Davila, with injury to a child endangerment, and tampering with evidence, along with 2 other charges. Police say Davila staged the kidnapping with the help of his mother Beatrice Sampaio and cousin Angie Torres to cover up foul play. Davila remains in the Bexar County Jail in lieu of a $1.5 million bond. He now says King J died after the car seat holding the boy fell off a bed, and he didn't call 911 because he panicked. Police officials have hinted they don't believe the father's latest account, and the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office has concluded King J died of a blunt force trauma injury, ruling his death a homicide. And former City Councilman Ray Lopez has raised more than $93,000 in his bid to become San Antonio's newest state representative, outpacing all 4 of his competitors' combined donations by a nearly 2-to-1 margin. Lopez has also spent more on his campaign than the rest of the field, dishing out $49,000 since January 1st. One challenger, Democrat Steve Huerta, faces ongoing scrutiny about whether he is allowed to run for the seat. Last month, an Express News investigation found Huerta ineligible to run for the office due to a 1999 felony cocaine conviction. However, his name is on the ballot, with state officials noting a Huerta victory would only create another vacancy in the seat. Early voting for the District 125 seat in the Texas House of Representatives started January 28th and continues through Friday, with the special election set for Tuesday. And that's your daily San Antonio Express briefing for Thursday, February 7th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.